why you can't focus, and how to fix that. Written and published by BookBoost. Focus. It is the bridge between dreams and reality. It is the power that turns effort into achievement. And yet, in today's world, focus is slipping away like sand between our fingers. People try to concentrate, but their minds wander. They sit down to work, but distractions pull them in every direction. They want to read, to learn, to grow, but their thoughts are scattered, lost in a storm of endless notifications and mental clutter. The truth is, most people don't even realize they have lost control of their focus. And that is where the real danger lies. This is not just about productivity. This is about your life. The ability to focus determines everything: your success, your relationships, your growth, and even your happiness. Without focus, potential remains untapped, goals remain unfinished, and dreams remain distant. If you have ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or unable to get things done, know this: the problem is not time, not intelligence, not even motivation. The real problem is focus. And once you understand why you struggle with it, you will finally know how to fix it. BookBoost brings you the knowledge you need, simplified, practical, and transformational. In this series, you will uncover the hidden crisis of focus, the enemies stealing your attention, and the science-backed techniques to regain control of your mind. Step by step, each part of this journey will lead you closer to mastering the art of deep concentration. But first, we must understand the crisis we are facing. Focus is not something you are born with, it is something you train. It is like a muscle, and just like any muscle, if you don't use it, it weakens. The modern world is filled with distractions that attack your focus every second. Social media, entertainment, endless notifications, these things are not just pulling your attention, they are rewiring your brain, making it harder and harder to concentrate. Most people don't even realize that their ability to focus is getting weaker every single day. This is not a small issue. It is a crisis. Think about it. How many times have you started a task only to switch to something else after a few minutes? How often do you reach for your phone without even thinking? How many books have you left unfinished? How many goals have remained untouched simply because your mind keeps jumping from one thing to another? This is not by accident. The world is designed to steal your focus, and if you don't take control, you will always feel lost, stuck in an endless cycle of distractions. The ability to focus is the foundation of success. History has proven this time and time again. The greatest thinkers, the most successful entrepreneurs, the highest achievers, all of them had one thing in common: the power to concentrate on one thing until it was done. If you can master your focus, you can master your life. But to do that, you must first understand why you lost it in the first place. Your mind is like a battlefield, and right now, you are losing. Every day, your attention is being stolen by external forces, but the real war is happening inside your brain. There is a reason why you find it so hard to concentrate, why your thoughts feel scattered, why it seems impossible to sit down and focus for long periods. It is not just habit, it is science. Your brain has been trained to seek quick rewards, to crave distractions, to avoid deep concentration. And if you don't rewire it, you will never regain control. But here's the good news. Focus is a skill, and skills can be learned. No matter how distracted you feel, no matter how weak your concentration has become, you can rebuild it. You can train your mind to stay in control, to resist distractions, to enter a state of deep focus where progress happens effortlessly. The key is understanding the science behind your focus, and that is exactly what we are going to do in the next part of this journey. The mind is powerful, but it needs direction. It needs discipline. It needs to be trained. Just like an athlete conditions their body, you must condition your mind. Focus is not about forcing yourself to work harder. It is about training yourself to work smarter. And the first step to training your focus is understanding why your brain struggles to concentrate in the first place. The distractions you face every day are not random. They are designed to hijack your attention, to make you addicted to short bursts of dopamine, to keep you constantly jumping from one thing to another. But once you know how this works, you can break free. You can rewire your brain for deep concentration, sharpen your focus, and take back control of your time and energy. In the next part of this series, we will dive into the science of why your brain struggles to focus. You will discover what is really happening inside your mind when distractions pull you away. You will learn the hidden reasons behind your short attention span and why it feels so hard to stay focused for long periods. And most importantly, you will learn how to start reversing the damage. Focus is the key to everything. And if you are ready to take control of your mind, to train your brain, and to unlock the power of deep concentration, then stay with us. Because this is just the beginning. If you found value in this, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Book Boost. Your journey to unshakable focus starts now. Why your brain struggles to concentrate. The mind is a powerful machine, capable of solving problems, creating ideas, and achieving great things. But what happens when this machine starts to malfunction? What happens when your thoughts scatter, when your attention slips away, when even the simplest tasks feel impossible to complete? This is not a sign of laziness. It is not a lack of discipline. It is a deeper issue, one that is happening inside your brain, right now. And until you understand it, you will always struggle to concentrate. Focus is not just about willpower. It is about biology. The way your brain processes information, the way it responds to distractions, the way it craves instant rewards, all of these factors determine whether you can stay focused or not. In today's world, the ability to concentrate is being destroyed at an alarming rate, and most people don't even realize why. They try to force themselves to focus, but they are fighting against a system they don't understand. And that is why they fail. Your brain is designed to seek pleasure, to avoid discomfort, and to react to stimuli. This worked well for survival in ancient times, but in the modern world, it has become a problem. The moment you try to focus, your brain looks for an easier way out. It craves something more stimulating, something that gives an instant reward. This is why scrolling through social media feels effortless, but reading a book feels like a challenge. One activity gives you instant dopamine. The other requires patience. And your brain, if left untrained, will always choose the easy option. But it gets worse. Every time you give in to distractions, you reinforce the habit. Every time you switch between tasks, you weaken your ability to concentrate. Over time, your brain adapts to this pattern. It learns to expect quick changes, constant stimulation, and instant gratification. This is why so many people struggle to sit down and focus for long periods. Their brains are no longer wired for deep work. They're wired for distractions. The digital world has accelerated this problem. Social media platforms, notifications, video content, these things are designed to keep you engaged, to hijack your attention, to make you crave more and more stimulation. And the more time you spend on these platforms, the harder it becomes to focus on anything else. This is not by accident. It is by design. Companies invest billions to keep your attention locked onto their platforms, feeding your brain constant rewards while stealing your ability to concentrate. But here's the truth. Focus is not lost forever. It can be rebuilt. No matter how scattered your mind feels, no matter how many distractions pull you away, you can retrain your brain to focus again. But to do that, you need to understand what is happening inside your mind when you try to concentrate. You need to understand why focus feels so hard and why your brain keeps looking for a way out. One major reason is cognitive overload. Your brain can only process a limited amount of information at a time. But in today's world, you are constantly bombarded with new information, messages, news, updates, alerts. Your brain is drowning in data, and as a result, it struggles to hold attention on a single task. It jumps from one thing to another, trying to keep up, but in the process, it loses its ability to concentrate deeply. Another reason is task switching. Many people believe they can multitask, but in reality, the brain does not work that way. Every time you switch from one task to another, your brain needs time to adjust. This constant switching exhausts your mental energy and weakens your ability to focus. The more you multitask, the harder it becomes to stay present in the moment, to concentrate fully on one thing without feeling the urge to check something else. Then there is mental fatigue. The brain, just like a muscle, gets tired. If you constantly push it without rest, without proper breaks, without giving it time to recover, it starts to shut down. You feel exhausted. You feel mentally drained. And even when you try to focus, your brain refuses to cooperate. This is why so many people struggle with focus, not because they lack motivation, but because their minds are simply overworked. But here's the most important thing to understand. Focus is a skill, not a talent. It is not something you are born with, it is something you develop. If your focus is weak right now, it is because you have trained it to be weak. If your attention span is short, it is because your brain has been conditioned that way. And just like any skill, it can be strengthened. The only question is, are you willing to do what it takes? In the next part, we will dive deeper into the enemies of focus, the forces that are stealing your attention every single day. You will learn exactly what is stopping you from concentrating, the hidden triggers that pull you away, and the silent habits that are keeping you distracted. Because once you know the enemy, you can finally fight back. If you found this valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Book Boost. The journey to unbreakable focus continues. Stay with us. The enemies of focus. What's stealing your attention? Focus is not lost by accident. It is stolen, piece by piece, moment by moment, until your mind is no longer your own. The world around you is designed to pull you in 1,000 different directions, and without even realizing it, you have become a prisoner of distractions. Every time you sit down to concentrate, something interrupts you. A notification, a thought, a noise, a craving. You try to resist, but the battle is already lost before it begins. The truth is, your focus is under attack, and if you don't know what's stealing it, you will never be able to take it back. The greatest enemy of focus is the modern world itself. Technology, entertainment, social media, they are not just tools, they are traps. Designed to keep you hooked, to keep you scrolling, to keep you consuming instead of creating. Every time you check your phone, every time you switch between tasks, every time you let your mind wander aimlessly, you are training your brain to be distracted. And the more you do it, the harder it becomes to focus for long periods. Your attention span is shrinking, and the worst part? You don't even notice it happening. But distractions do not only come from outside. They come from within. Your own mind is one of the biggest enemies of focus. Overthinking, self-doubt, anxiety, these things keep you mentally occupied, draining your energy before you even start. How many times have you sat down to work, only to find yourself lost in thought? How often do you replay past mistakes, worry about the future, or let your mind drift into endless loops of useless thinking? Your own thoughts are stealing your focus, keeping you stuck in a cycle of mental exhaustion. Multitasking is another hidden enemy. People believe that doing many things at once makes them productive, but in reality, it destroys focus. Your brain is not designed to handle multiple deep tasks at the same time. Every time you switch from one thing to another, you lose momentum. You break the flow. And every time you break focus, it takes longer and longer to get back into it. Imagine trying to run a marathon but stopping every few minutes to check your phone. You will never reach the finish line with full energy. The same is true for your mind. The next enemy is instant gratification. In a world of fast entertainment, quick rewards, and endless choices, patience is disappearing. People want results immediately. They want to learn fast, achieve fast, succeed fast. But real focus requires time. Deep work takes effort. Mastery takes patience. When you are addicted to instant gratification, your mind resists anything that takes longer to reward you. That is why reading a book feels harder than watching a video. That is why working on a difficult task feels painful compared to scrolling through social media. Your brain has been rewired to crave quick rewards, making deep focus feel like an impossible battle. Your environment is another thief of focus. A cluttered desk, a noisy room, constant interruptions, all of these small things add up, making it impossible to concentrate. Your mind is deeply connected to your surroundings. If your environment is chaotic, your thoughts will be too. If your workspace is filled with distractions, your brain will struggle to settle into deep work. The most productive people in the world understand this. They design their environment in a way that eliminates distractions before they even begin. And then, there is the greatest enemy of them all, your own habits. Focus is not just about discipline, it is about routine. The way you spend your day, the things you do repeatedly, the patterns you follow, these determine whether you are training your brain for deep concentration or endless distraction. Most people don't realize that their daily habits are setting them up for failure. They wake up and check their phones first thing in the morning. They jump between tasks without direction. They fill their minds with noise, never allowing themselves the space to think deeply. The result? A restless mind that can never stay focused for long. But here's the good news. If focus can be stolen, it can also be taken back. If distractions can shape your mind, so can discipline. The first step to regaining your focus is awareness. You must identify what is stealing your attention and remove it before it controls you. You must take back control of your habits, your environment, your thinking patterns. You must break free from the cycle of constant distraction and start training your brain for deep concentration again. The enemies of focus are strong, but they are not invincible. The greatest thinkers, the most successful people in history, they all faced distractions, but they learned how to overcome them. They mastered the art of deep work, eliminated the noise, and built unbreakable focus. And you can do the same, but it will not happen overnight. It will require effort. It will require change. It will require you to break free from the habits that are keeping you stuck. Now that you know what is stealing your focus, the next step is to learn how to fight back. You must train your mind, sharpen your concentration, and develop the ability to stay deeply focused for long periods. In the next part of this journey, we will dive into the science of deep focus, how your brain actually works, and how you can rewire it for powerful concentration. If you are ready to take control of your mind, then stay with us. This is where real transformation begins. The science of deep focus, how to train your mind. Focus is not just an ability, it is a process happening inside your brain. Every time you try to concentrate, a battle takes place between distraction and deep focus. Your brain is wired for both, but in today's world, distractions win more often. Why? Because the modern environment is designed to hijack your attention. If you want to regain control, you must understand the science behind focus and learn how to train your mind like a muscle. Your brain operates in different states of attention. Shallow focus is when your mind jumps between tasks, barely scratching the surface. Deep focus, however, is when your entire mental energy is locked onto one thing, allowing you to work with clarity and intensity. This is where real progress happens. But entering this state is not automatic. It requires effort, training, and a deliberate rewiring of your brain. The reason most people struggle to focus is because of something called dopamine addiction. Dopamine is a chemical in your brain that makes you feel pleasure and motivation. Every time you check your phone, scroll through social media, or switch tasks, your brain releases dopamine. Over time, this makes you crave constant stimulation. Your brain learns to avoid deep work because quick distractions give it instant rewards. The more you give in, the harder it becomes to focus for long periods. The good news? This cycle can be broken. You can retrain your brain to prefer deep focus over distractions. It starts by controlling your dopamine levels. Reduce unnecessary stimulation, limit social media, turn off notifications, and avoid multitasking. When your brain stops expecting constant rewards, it becomes easier to concentrate. You are not removing pleasure from your life. You are training your mind to seek deeper, more meaningful rewards. Another powerful tool for training focus is attention residue management. When you switch tasks too often, a part of your attention remains stuck on the previous task. This is why checking your phone for a few seconds can ruin your focus for the next 20 minutes. The key is to work in focused blocks of time, choose one task, eliminate distractions, and work on it until completion. The more you practice this, the stronger your focus becomes. Deep focus is also influenced by your brain's ultradian rhythms. Your brain works in cycles, shifting between high and low energy every 90 minutes. Trying to focus for hours without breaks leads to mental fatigue. Instead, work in 90-minute deep focus sessions, followed by short breaks. This aligns with your brain's natural rhythm and allows you to sustain high levels of concentration throughout the day. Meditation is one of the most effective ways to train your mind for deep focus. It is not about relaxation, it is about training your attention. Even 5 minutes of meditation daily strengthens your ability to control your thoughts. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to resist distractions and stay focused for longer periods. Meditation is like lifting weights for your brain. It builds the mental strength needed for unshakable concentration. Your physical health also plays a critical role in focus. Sleep, diet, and exercise directly affect your brain's ability to concentrate. Poor sleep weakens cognitive function, processed foods drain mental energy, and a sedentary lifestyle reduces brain activity. If you want laser-sharp focus, prioritize quality sleep, healthy nutrition, and regular movement. A well-rested and nourished brain is far more capable of deep concentration. The environment you work in can make or break your focus. A cluttered, noisy, or distracting space forces your brain to work harder to concentrate. The best way to train deep focus is to create an environment that supports it. Keep your workspace minimal, remove distractions, and design a setup where your mind naturally shifts into focus mode the moment you enter. Your brain associates environments with habits. Use this to your advantage. One of the fastest ways to increase deep focus is setting clear intentions before you begin a task. If you sit down to work without a plan, your brain will naturally drift. Before starting, decide exactly what you need to do, how long you will work on it, and what result you want to achieve. This simple habit signals to your brain that it's time for deep concentration, making it easier to get into the flow state. The final key to mastering deep focus is consistency. Training your mind is like training your body. You don't get strong overnight. Every time you resist a distraction, every time you push through mental resistance, every time you complete a deep focus session, your brain becomes stronger. Over time, deep concentration stops feeling like a struggle and starts becoming your natural state. Focus is not about working harder, it is about working smarter. It is about designing your life, habits, and environment in a way that makes deep focus effortless. And when you master this, you unlock a new level of clarity, productivity, and success. In the next part, we will explore the most powerful habits that sharpen your concentration and take your focus to the next level. The transformation has already begun. Stay with us. Practical habits to sharpen your concentration. Focus is not something you wait for. It is something you build. The ability to concentrate for long periods is not a gift. It is a skill developed through habits, through daily actions that strengthen your mind. And the truth is, most people never train their focus. They let distractions control their time, their energy, and their potential. But those who understand the power of discipline know that small, consistent changes can completely transform the way their brain works. If you want to sharpen your concentration, you must take control of your habits, because your habits shape your mind. One of the most powerful ways to train your focus is to eliminate distractions before they take control. Most people try to focus while surrounded by interruptions, phones buzzing, notifications flashing, background noise filling the air. They wonder why they can't concentrate, yet they never create an environment that allows their brain to work at its best. The first habit of deep focus is simple. Remove everything that pulls your attention away before you even begin. Put your phone in another room, block unnecessary websites, clear your workspace. The fewer distractions around you, the stronger your concentration will become. But external distractions are only one part of the problem. The real battle happens inside your mind. Have you ever noticed how quickly your thoughts drift away when you try to focus? This happens because your brain is addicted to jumping from one thing to another. You have trained it to seek constant stimulation, and breaking this habit takes effort. The best way to retrain your mind is through single tasking, focusing on one task at a time, with full intensity, until it is complete. Multitasking is a trap. It weakens your ability to concentrate. Train yourself to give all your attention to one thing, and your mind will become sharper than ever before. The way you start your day determines how focused you will be. If the first thing you do in the morning is check your phone, scroll through social media, or expose yourself to a flood of information, your mind becomes restless before the day even begins. But if you start your morning with clarity, reading, writing, exercising, or simply sitting in silence, you set the tone for deep focus. The most productive people in the world protect their mornings because they understand that the first hour of the day shapes the rest of it. If you want to sharpen your concentration, control how you begin your day. Your brain needs fuel to function at its best. What you eat, how much you sleep, and how often you move your body directly affect your ability to focus. A tired, stressed, or undernourished brain will always struggle to concentrate. The best habit you can build is taking care of your body. Get enough sleep, eat real food, drink water, move daily. It sounds simple, but most people ignore it. The truth is, peak mental performance is not just about what you do. It is also about how well you take care of yourself. A healthy brain is a focused brain. Time is wasted in the spaces between tasks. How often do you finish one task and then spend minutes, sometimes hours, mindlessly scrolling, switching between apps, or getting lost in distractions? The solution is to build transition habits, small routines that keep you on track between tasks. Take a deep breath, stretch for a moment, write down your next step, do something intentional before moving on. These small habits keep your mind engaged and prevent wasted time. The more control you have over transitions, the sharper your focus becomes. The people around you shape your ability to concentrate more than you realize. If you are constantly surrounded by those who waste time, who are easily distracted, who live in chaos, your mind will absorb those same habits. But if you surround yourself with focused, disciplined, and goal-driven individuals, their mindset will influence you. Choose your environment carefully. If you want to develop strong focus, spend time with people who value deep work and concentration. Your surroundings will either push you forward or pull you back. Your focus is limited, and if you spend it on meaningless things, you will have nothing left for what truly matters. Every notification you check, every unnecessary decision you make, every moment spent on distractions drains your mental energy. This is why the most successful people simplify their lives. They create routines, remove unnecessary choices, and focus only on what truly moves them forward. If you want unshakable focus, learn to protect your attention. Eliminate what is unnecessary so you can concentrate on what is essential. One of the greatest habits you can build is learning how to enter deep focus quickly. This does not happen automatically, it must be triggered. The best way to do this is by creating a focus ritual, a series of small actions that tell your brain it is time to concentrate. Maybe it is playing a specific type of music, setting a timer, or using a certain workspace. Whatever it is, be consistent. The more you train your brain to associate a specific ritual with deep work, the faster you will be able to enter a state of focus. Your mind needs space to rest, but most people never give it a break. They jump from one task to another, filling every second with stimulation. This overloads the brain, making deep concentration impossible. The key is balance. Work with intensity, then step away. Take real breaks. Go for a walk, sit in silence, let your mind breathe. Some of the greatest ideas and insights come when the brain is relaxed. If you want stronger focus, learn to rest properly. At the core of every habit is discipline. Focus is not about doing what feels easy, it is about doing what is necessary. Most people give up when concentration becomes difficult, but those who push through, who resist distractions, who train their minds daily, are the ones who succeed. Discipline is the foundation of strong focus. If you build the right habits and stay consistent, your mind will become sharper, your work will become deeper, and your ability to concentrate will transform your entire life. In the next part, we will explore how your environment affects your focus and what changes you can make to create a space where deep concentration becomes effortless. Because no matter how strong your habits are, if your surroundings are working against you, your mind will always struggle to stay on track. Stay with us. Your journey to unstoppable focus continues. Mastering your environment for unbreakable focus. Your mind is a powerful tool, but it cannot function at its best in the wrong environment. The space around you, your room, your desk, your digital world, determines how well you can focus. People often blame themselves for their lack of concentration, but they ignore a crucial factor, their surroundings. If your environment is full of distractions, your mind will struggle, no matter how much willpower you have. Focus is not just about mental strength. It is about designing a space that supports deep concentration. Every sound, every movement, every unnecessary item in your surroundings competes for your attention. A cluttered desk leads to a cluttered mind. Constant notifications pull you away from important tasks. Background noise, interruptions, and digital overload make it impossible to concentrate for long. Your brain is not designed to filter out unlimited distractions. It will always react to what is around it. That is why mastering your environment is one of the most powerful ways to sharpen your focus. The first step is removing what does not serve you. Look at your workspace. Is it clear, or is it filled with unnecessary items? Every object in your view takes up mental space, whether you realize it or not. A clean, minimal workspace sends a signal to your brain. This is a place for deep work. When you eliminate clutter, your mind stops feeling overwhelmed. Your focus sharpens naturally because there is nothing pulling it away. But it is not just physical clutter, it is digital clutter too. Your phone is a distraction machine. Every app, every unread notification, every open tab is fighting for your attention. If your phone is within reach, your brain is always half focused on it, even if you are not using it. This is why high achievers put their phones out of sight when they need deep focus. The simple act of creating a distraction-free zone can transform your ability to concentrate. Noise is another hidden enemy of focus. A single conversation in the background, a sudden loud sound, or even music with lyrics can break your concentration. Your brain processes words automatically, whether you want it to or not. That is why deep workers prefer silence or soft instrumental music. When the world around you is quiet, your mind becomes sharp. If silence is not an option, noise-canceling headphones or natural sounds can create a bubble of focus in any environment. Your posture and lighting also shape your ability to focus. Slouching makes you feel sluggish, while good posture keeps your energy levels high. Dim lighting makes you tired, while bright, natural light boosts alertness. Even the temperature of your room affects concentration. The best environment for focus is one where your body feels comfortable, your mind feels clear, and your senses are not constantly distracted. Time is another part of your environment. If you work in random bursts without structure, your brain never enters deep focus. The best way to master your time is by setting clear boundaries. Use time blocks for deep work, 90-minute sessions of focused effort, followed by short breaks. When your brain knows when to focus and when to rest, it performs at its peak. Without structure, your mind drifts. With structure, it sharpens. Social distractions are just as dangerous as digital ones. A single interruption can break your focus, forcing you to restart your train of thought. This is why the most productive people create focus zones, periods where they are completely unavailable. Let the people around you know when you are in deep work mode. Protect your time like it is your most valuable asset, because it is. Your mind adapts to the environment it is exposed to every day. If you are constantly surrounded by distractions, your ability to focus weakens over time. But if you create an environment that supports deep concentration, your focus grows stronger without effort. The key is to make focus the default state, not the struggle. You should not have to fight for concentration, it should come naturally. Mastering your environment is not about making small changes, it is about designing a space where focus thrives. When your surroundings are aligned with your goals, distractions lose their power. Your workspace becomes a place of clarity. Your digital world stops stealing your attention. Your mind feels free to dive deep into important work. This is how you build unbreakable focus. Now that you understand the power of your environment, the next step is even deeper. Focus is not just about where you work, it is about how you train your mind. Your thoughts, habits, and mental routines shape your ability to concentrate. In the final part of this journey, you will learn how to develop a focused mind that does not just resist distractions but thrives in deep work. If you want to take full control of your focus, continue to the final step. The transformation is just beginning. The focused mind, a life-changing transformation. Focus is not just about getting things done. It is about transformation. It is about becoming the kind of person who moves through life with clarity, direction, and purpose. A focused mind is a powerful mind, and once you learn to control your attention, you will unlock a new level of confidence, discipline, and success. The struggle to concentrate will no longer control you. The battle with distractions will no longer define you. Because when you master focus, you master yourself. Every great achievement in history was built on deep, unshakable focus. The greatest thinkers, the most successful entrepreneurs, the highest achievers, none of them got there by accident. They trained their minds to focus. They conditioned their thoughts to stay in control. They understood that distractions were nothing more than obstacles designed to keep them from their full potential. And now, you have that same power. You have the ability to take back control of your mind, to train your brain, and to enter a state of deep concentration whenever you choose. The journey to focus is not just about eliminating distractions, it is about rewiring your brain for excellence. It is about creating a system where focus becomes your natural state, where your mind becomes sharp, disciplined, and unstoppable. When you reach this level, procrastination disappears. Overwhelm fades away. Progress becomes effortless. Because the moment you train your brain to focus, you stop wasting time on meaningless things and start investing your energy into what truly matters. But this is not a one-time change. It is a lifelong commitment. Just like an athlete trains their body every day, you must train your focus every day. The modern world will always try to pull you back into distractions, but now, you know better. You know that every moment you spend distracted is a moment stolen from your future. And when you truly understand this, choosing focus over distraction becomes easy. The most successful people in the world do not have more time than you. They do not have more talent. They do not have some secret advantage that makes them special. They have simply mastered their focus. They have trained their minds to stay locked in on their goals, no matter what. And now, that same discipline, that same clarity, that same power is within your reach. Imagine waking up every day with a mind that is clear, sharp, and ready to take action. Imagine being able to sit down and work without the urge to check your phone, without the need to fight distractions, without feeling scattered or restless. Imagine the amount of progress you could make if you could focus deeply for hours at a time. This is not just a dream. It is a reality that is within your control, but only if you choose it. Focus is not about forcing yourself to work harder. It is about working smarter. It is about removing the things that slow you down, training your brain to resist distractions, and building a system where progress becomes natural. It is about mastering the art of deep concentration so that you can move through life with clarity and purpose. The moment you do this, everything changes. There is no success without focus, no growth, no mastery, no breakthrough. The ability to concentrate is the foundation of every great achievement. And if you can train your mind to focus, there is no limit to what you can accomplish. The distractions, the procrastination, the lack of progress, these things will no longer define you. Because when you take back control of your attention, you take back control of your life. Now, the choice is yours. You can continue living in a world of distractions where your mind is constantly pulled in 1,000 directions, where progress feels impossible, where your dreams remain distant. Or you can choose to master your focus. You can choose to train your mind, sharpen your concentration, and unlock the power of deep focus that leads to success. The journey is not easy. It requires discipline, commitment, and daily effort. But the rewards are worth it. A focused mind is a powerful mind. A focused life is a successful life. And once you train your brain to concentrate deeply, you will never go back to the old way of living. You will become sharper, faster, and more effective than ever before. and the world will take notice. You now have the knowledge. You now have the tools. The only thing left is action. Will you take control of your mind, master your focus, and create the life you have always wanted? The answer is in your hands. The power to focus is already within you. Now, it is time to use it.